reporting that the Youth Advisory Council is participating in providing input to the Bike Skills Park engagement. We also reported at the last meeting that there was going to be a volunteer recognition night held in conjunction with Grande Prairie and area FCSS. And pleased to report that there was 77 vehicles that attended the first day and 73 vehicles that attended the second day. So a unique opportunity there for volunteer recognition. Within the fire department, they appreciate the advocacy that occurred in regarding to get them on the vaccination lists, and they report that their members that desire to do so have now had the opportunity to be vaccinated. As we probably saw this weekend, the grass fire season has started and brush fire season. So GPFD is reporting that they have their equipment and vehicles prepared for such instances. And you would have seen they went into action with the small fire that occurred in Muskogee Park this weekend. Within the RCMP, they've highlighted several recent initiatives and media releases that they've sent out, including some successful investigations into drug trafficking, an interesting dangerous driving case where they received reports of a U-Haul driving erratically and dangerous through the city of Grande Prairie, ultimately running a number of red lights, proceeding at high rates of speed, and just generally being dangerous. Ultimately, the vehicle was located out by in the county, and subsequently the offender managed to get himself trapped in a storm retention pond and had to be rescued by the fire departments with the assistance of some other agencies and citizens. And one thing that I do want to highlight from the RCMP is they've issued a warning to local residents and business owners pertaining to a scam involving cryptocurrencies, particularly Bitcoin, I believe, is the primary target. And they're saying they've received several reports involving scams where victims have lost large sums of money in our community. And it's kind of a play on historical scams that involve such things as individuals being contacted by perpetrators posing to be police officers on the phone or posing to be financial institutions and asking that people assist them in identifying bank fraud schemes. There's also some check cashing schemes and online investment schemes. So the RCMP are asking anybody that's confronted with any of these sorts of things to please contact the RCMP and to use caution and be skeptical of such approaches made by people, especially when people are reaching out to you as opposed to you reaching out to them. So just a word of caution right there. And then within the Protective and Social Services Director's Office, we got a great number of initiatives under the way right now, particularly focused on social services and homeless initiative strategies. We expect that we're going to have some pretty exciting news on a handful of initiatives that should be coming to fruition in the next week or two. And we look forward to sharing those probably more in depth at the next meeting, particularly a community strategy we have in development at the moment. So I'm open for questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manuel. Is there anybody that have questions for Chris? Mayor Clayton.
Thanks, Chair O'Toole. I'll probably regret asking this question. It's opening a big can of worms. But can you remind me when we get an annual update on our enforcement services, automated traffic enforcement services? I've received a lot of emails lately on concerns of the operations of the organization, and so I know we often get an update. When would we expect to see the next one?
Yeah, a good time to ask questions on that is all of our departments in our service area, they, well, particularly enforcement, the RCMP, community social development, they're all presenting their Q1 results at the next PSS meeting. in 2 weeks' time. I suspect that's a good opportunity. I think they'll highlight some numbers there, but if there's some specific questions for Mr. Kokash, the enforcement manager, that'd be a good opportunity to ask them in a forum. And if there's any specific information that's sought by any of the council members, it's certainly a forum that we could bring that back to as well.
Perfect, thank you.
Excellent. I have Councillor Palat next.
Thanks, Chair O'Toole. Just to kind of build on a little bit, is it possible when that comes back to also just kind of give us a little bit of an update on how the speed control signs are working? I don't know if there's a way to look through engineering or through those that we could see how those are being effective or not. But I'd be curious on something like that, if there's a way to measure that.
Mr. Manuel?
Yeah, so through the chair, I certainly believe there's probably an update, probably an opportunity to provide an update in regard to that. That being said, it's actually transportation in our traffic engineering department that administers that program. So I'll work with Director Glavin and figure out the best place for it to come back, but it could very well be infrastructure.
Excellent. Was there any other comments or questions to Director Manuel? I see none, so you're off the hook there just for a moment. We have no letters of correspondence, no other business. We have no bylaws or policies to review. So we do have the outstanding items list. And how much time do you need to do this one?
So I don't need much time, but I do want to point out that we're not resting on the outstanding items list right now. I suspect that the initiatives we have coming forward in the next couple meetings are really going to drive a lot of discussion and work. So don't feel as though there's a gap of work. We certainly have no shortage of things under the way and things that are really ready to come to the public domain. So a lot of really big initiatives coming forward.
Yeah, no, I truly appreciate that. And I know that you've been working and your crew have been working like dogs to make things happen, and much appreciated from me. And thank you for that. And with no other comments, this meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you.
Next up is